always say, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, also hit the notification bell so you get the newest content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. John Wall got injured here lately, and the injury has been a blow to the Clippers because, the point guard position is the most important position for the Clippers that, a lot of people looked at them and said the last few years they needed to correct, and they needed a true leader, a true point guard in that, a true leader in that position specifically. Somebody who can anchor the offense and give the Clippers what they need and get Kawhi and Paul George in their spots and find everybody else on the back end when it comes time to make plays and execute plays at a high level. Now, John Wall has come onto this team, and so far, I haven't really seen much from him. I guess I need to see more from him really to give you a true analysis. I mean, he's had games where he looked okay. He's had games where he looked average. It's kind of like, hit or miss with John Wall somewhat from what I've seen, throughout the season so far. But now that he's injured with the abdominal injury, that injury might be a little bit longer than expected from the Clippers. So now I'm hearing reports about a potential, blockbuster trade or a potential big trade in regards to getting Mike Conley from the Utah Jazz. Now, I've said before, Mike Conley, to me, is one of those players that I feel like who can really generate an offense, really knows basketball, and he plays the game with a high IQ mentality. And to me, I said last season, that's who they should have went and got anyway. I mean, John Wall's a good player. He definitely shows a lot of upside, all those things. But to me, Mike Conley should have been the one that they actually went and got, because Mike Conley has high basketball IQ and he can knock down. He's a better shooter. He's just as good as a passer. He's not as fast as John Wall. He doesn't have John Wall's speed, but he has craftiness and he has savvy about him that I think the Clippers would, utilize a lot, and it would benefit them a lot because they got a point guard who's more in control of what he's doing and more in control of the game. I feel like at this point in Mike Conley's career, he's more valuable than a John Wall because, like I said, he plays the game the right way. He plays the game at one speed, but he also plays the game very effective. He's almost like Malcolm Brogdon is to the Celtics. Malcolm Brogdon is that backbone type point guard that the Celtics were missing last year that they could have used in the finals against the Golden State Warriors because, they didn't have that, anchor, a guy anchoring the offense, getting, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in their spots and find them in their sweet spots and getting more high quality shots through, running the offense through somebody who can run it at a high level. And Malcolm Brogdon definitely doesn't get much credit. And the Clippers had an opportunity to get him too, but they muffed on that one. But they also had an opportunity to get Mike Conley. And Mike Conley, to me, is one of those players where you got to give him credit. Like, he can definitely, play the game of basketball the right way, but he can also play it, through his brain where he can, do a lot of things and allow himself to score, even though he's not looked at as like one of the top point guards in the league, or at least to some, he's not looked at that way. I think he's a top 10 point guard when he's healthy and when he's on his game and when he's, really engaged. And I think, being on the Utah Jazz, that's a good team, with Lauri Markkanen and everything, but I'm pretty sure he would love to be on the Clippers a lot more because the Clippers have a chance to win a championship. Only thing they're missing is high level point guard play and, just the ability to stay healthy. But I don't know how this will go down, but I mean, the Clippers are definitely eyeing, a point guard position, especially since, John Wall went down. I don't know exactly what they think about John Wall so far this season, but this season to me has been hit or miss with his game, but also he's been on a minute restriction, so he hasn't played, how he wanted to play with the level of comfortability that he wants to play. So that plays a factor as well. So I'm not going to, discredit that. But at the same time, I always said, if they want to win a championship, they need somebody to go out there and, deliver the goods, basically. Go out there and set a tone and, make this offense run a lot more smoother. And I think Mike Conley will make this offense run way more smoother because there again, he can knock down shots. He's not like a lethal shooter, but he is a very, very adequate, more than adequate shooter from the 3-point line and he can stretch the floor, and he doesn't mind making that extra pass. And this is what I'm talking about. When you have somebody who doesn't mind making that extra pass, it kind of like rubs off on other players, in the start lineup or just on the team, period. So, I mean, having somebody like him, if they do acquire him, which would be a big pickup for them, I think. I don't know if they would trade John Wall, or I don't know what they would do specifically, but they are looking into a point guard now. The fact that John Wall is definitely going to be down for a little bit, and like I said, I don't know what the Clippers thought of what he's brought so far, but apparently they might be, on the same thing I'm on. It's kind of hit or miss with John Wall if they're looking for another point guard right now. In which, if you look at the reports, I mean, you can look at ClutchPoints.com, you can look at the reports out there. The Clippers are definitely showing some interest and definitely doing some talking. And if they're going to do some talking about a point guard, then somebody like Mike Conley would be a very, very good pickup, because I think he would definitely put the Clippers over the top, because like I said, he's one of those point guards that just knows how to play the game. He knows how to play the game. He's very savvy, and he's very methodical how he plays. And like I said, he can knock down big shots. You don't have to worry about him messing up the Clippers 3-point percentage as a team, because the Clippers the last few years have been a good 3-point shooting team overall. And he would definitely add to that, because he can knock down big shots. And as I said, he doesn't turn the ball over that much either. He's one of those type point guards. And anytime you got a point guard who can give you, I'd say, 15, 16 a game with like 7 or 8 assists, like, Mike Conley can, and he gives you less turnovers per game, that's a plus. That's a huge plus. I mean, we talk about that plus minus situation. He would be a plus on the floor almost every time, and see, that's exactly what the Clippers need if they're trying to win a championship. So I hope the Clippers do actually really look into this. I would really like to see if they did get Mike Conley. I would be all for it. I really would, because I think that would elevate them to another level as a team, and having somebody who's very smart on the basketball court and makes smarter decisions even than John Wall does, because John Wall plays good at times. He plays fast, and he can get going a little bit, but he doesn't have a jumper, and his speed is still there, but it only comes in spurts. It's not like he was on the Washington Wizards or anything. And on top of that, he's still trying to figure his way with this team, being on restricted minutes. It's a lot that comes with John Wall, what we see, but I'm not sure what they're going to do in regards to John Wall. But I mean, if they do find a way to to negotiate and get Mike Conley, as I said, I'm all for it, because I like to see his level of wisdom of a point guard play with the Clippers and Kawhi and PG, because I think it will make them even more of a deadly team. And honestly, with the way that Mike Conley plays, I think it would make them more of a dominant team too, because as I said, there'll be nights where he would pick up the slack and get you 10 to 14 assists, and he would have you like 12 to 15 points and like maybe 2 or 3 turnovers, if that many. So it's like, man, when you think about that stat line, the Clippers would win a whole lot more games if they had a solid point guard like that, especially one who could pretty much stay healthy. And Mike Conley stays healthy for the most part, so that's definitely a good thing too. But let's just see what happens. And the negotiation, the talks are in flux right now, so let's just see what the turnout is. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check my other videos if you haven't. And hey, till next time.